Aruba is on the way in becoming the only place in the world that has a European pre-clearance in its airport. Plus, in today's lifestyle segment, Expedia says travelers are willing to spend more money. And Horizon 2020 is a seminar geared towards inching the island closer in becoming a hub for Europe and South America. 15 on 15 starts right now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Yentl Lieuw. Aruba is on the track to becoming the only place in the world with a European pre-clearance. Having both an American and European pre-clearance on the island's airport will benefit Aruba's economy.
This week, the government met with stakeholders who are involved in the European pre-clearance project. Prime Minister Mike Amon met with representatives from the Schiphol Group, KLM, as well as Aruba Airport Authority. The government reports this project is moving ahead accordingly. The objective is to see this plan through by the end of 2014. Aruba's airport could be the first destination in the world to have a pre-clearance arrangement for Europe. A Dutch representative from the Schiphol Group said implementing a European pre-clearance is not a simple task. It is easier to work with Aruba on this initiative due to the excellent cooperation the island has with The Hague. Other countries have tried to implement a European pre-clearance in the past and failed.
If Aruba is able to accomplish having a European pre-clearance at Reina Beatrix Airport, the island will be the only airport in the world where one can enter to the U.S. and Europe. This project goes hand in hand with the government's vision of wanting to position the island as a hub between Latin America and Europe. Economic opportunities will derive from this development. And moving forward in other local news, the government together with the parliament has responded to Ahata's concerns on the lenient criminal punishment. Ahata had been in discussion with the police force and policymakers for some time now, deliberating the fact that increasing punishments will allow police to fight criminality more effectively.
In a press release Ahata sent out, it states the association applauds the increase in sentences for housebreaking and car theft, as well as for persons who purchase goods knowing them to be stolen. The hope is that the incidence of such thefts will be reduced. The safety of an island is detrimental to its tourism, reason being why policymakers saw the need to increase punishment for persons causing injury or death as a result of a traffic accident. The objective of this adjustment is to lower levels of accidents caused by drivers under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Furthermore, the law regarding preventive arrest has been changed to make it much more difficult for criminals to be released quickly. Sentences for persons convicted of committing serious crimes has been increased to 30 years. The length of time in prison sentences for individuals who make use of others, especially children, to commit crimes has also been substantially increased. Switching gears, drivers on the island should be aware that the last day to pay and pick up your new license plates is Monday, February 17th. If you have yet to do this, keep in mind it won't be a quick process.
On Friday morning, the lines to pick up the license plates started from around the bend outside of the tax office. It has been like this for a week now. Nowadays, drivers say the average wait time to pick up the plates is 1 hour to 2 hours. The last day to pay for your car license plates and to pick them up is Monday, February 17th. After this date, drivers on the roads with the old plates are at the risk of losing their motor vehicle number plate and getting a fine from police. The tax office reserves everyone's number as long as possible, but if they run out of numbers for new clients, they will then start using the numbers that are not paid as yet. There are more cars waiting for numbers, so this risk has increased.
Payments can be made at the bank or at the tax office. Civil registry sub-offices in San Nicolas, Santa Cruz, Savaneta, and Paradera are also receiving payment up until Friday, February 14th. The tax department's main office will be opened from 7:45 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. The government sub-offices will open through Thursday until 2:45 p.m. Drivers can also pay the motor vehicle tax and pick up their number plate on Saturdays in February. To get your number plate, drivers must have proof of payment, original proof of a valid car insurance company or broker. On that note, we will be right back. Stay with us. Expedia is an internet-based travel website. Many of Aruba's visitors utilize the site for their trip here, so it's important for us to know the projections of the new year from the CEO. So far, consumer travel spending, according to him, is looking very good.
Expedia's CEO says consumers are still willing to spend. Despite the general economics, when you look at travel spending, it is consistent. The outlook is cautious but optimistic. Travelers are once again traveling all over the world again. One specific trend that Expedia has seen from Europe is that there has been a significant demand in beach destination, summer sun destination, and of course, this is good news for Aruba.
The Expedia CEO says demand is always shifting from one area to another. The Asian market is a particular one to look out for. The Chinese used to stay within Asia when it came time to travel. Now they are venturing out and spreading their wings more, heading towards Europe. Expedia projects travel spending to continue to go up. Travel spending is coming back, which is important for places such as Aruba that depend on tourism. Moving forward, if you are a firstborn, you may be out of luck. A new study has found birth order is linked to being overweight. Firstborn children may be more likely than secondborns to be overweight later on in life. A New Zealand report discovered children born first into their family were about 15 pounds heavier and had a bigger BMI than secondborns. They also had more insulin resistance, which can lead to health problems. Birth order may affect the risk of cardiovascular disease and type 2 diabetes. There is some evidence to suggest birth order may influence the body's fat makeup and metabolism from infancy to the teenage years. This does not represent firstborns are guaranteed to have a slower metabolic rate. The study suggests that this increases firstborns' chances. I'm about to give you plenty of reasons to start making lists. Take a look.
Having your desk cluttered with sticky notes like this one may not be such a bad thing. There are benefits to being ultra organized. Besides for these notes helping to remind you to pick up your dad from the airport, for instance, research says making lists is good for your health. It reduces anxiety, boosts your brain, and keeps you on track. Consider writing down 2 lists, one for short-term goals and another for long-term goals. You should include both business and personal goals. Some fun things you want to check off should also be part of the list as well.
Who knew that making lists could actually be healthy for you? Take a look to see what is coming up next. Welcome back from the break. Dutch delegates from the European Union hosted a training session to potentially encourage more investors and entrepreneurs on the island to take the initiative and collaborate with various European countries. The goal of the 2-day session is to further progress Aruba as a gateway for Europe and South America to conduct business.
An estimated 40 participants attended the Horizon 2020 seminar, hosted by representatives of the European Union. The goal of the event is to have more locals on the island taking the initiative to start collaborating on a business plan with European countries.
Well, we hope that this training will indeed plant the seed for future proposals that are going to be submitted, that the people who participated in the training will contact us for help, for finding partners, to see if the ideas that they have to write proposals for European funding are indeed feasible and how they fit within the European context.
In order to transition Aruba as a hub for Europe and South America, everyone needs to be on the same page. The general understanding that there is plenty of opportunities and possibilities needs to be made clear.
There are chances for locals to participate in these programs. The people that were present got a view of what are the chances of the locals to participate in the programs, and I think these presentations collaborated in making the context between Aruba and the Netherlands and the possibilities in Brussels.
At the seminar, a specific website was given out to potential business starters that will immensely put them another step forward in joining forces with a European business partner.
Well, there's a very useful website that contains all the projects that have already been carried out in previous framework programs, and this is very useful because this allows people to actually find partners in Europe that have a lot of experience in research and innovation projects that they can link to, and that they can approach to see if they are interested in new projects that are also not only interesting for Europe, but also for Aruba.
Horizon 2020 helps to progress Aruba to reach the goal of being a hub between Europe and South America.
Aruba wants to position itself like a gateway to South America, and this type of programs gives Aruba the chance to be the connection between Europe and Latin America. We can use Aruba as a testing lab to test certain areas that can be beneficial to the South American countries and Europe.
And this is our last segment for the morning. Have yourself a wonderful Monday. For now, here is the rest of the Today Show. Back on for you.